Hello and welcome to Not So Granola. Christine here, and today we are going to make hot cocoa. And this is the way I make hot cocoa. So, first of all, we're going to start off with our basic ingredients, and this is my jar I keep it in. You can see I'm out. So we're going to have 3.5 cups of sugar, 2 1/4 cups of cocoa, 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 cups of dry milk or powdered milk. Now, your cocoa, it's up to you what you use. Personally, I prefer cacao powder right here. And I purchased this from Amazon, and I get like 15 pounds a year. So, yeah, 'cause we go through a lot of this. So, let's start out here. So, in this bowl, I have my powdered milk, which I have put into a blender because I really like it fine. I don't like little clumpies of powdered milk. They don't dissolve well, so I put it through a blender real quick just to get it really nice and fluffy. Lumps and anything else doesn't matter, but the powdered milk does. Okay, and then I have my 1 tablespoon of salt here, as you can see. Next, I am going to add my 3.5 cups of sugar. And like I said, the lumps in that, not a big problem, because those dissolve pretty easy. Just give that a little quick whisk. And then our 2.5 cups of cacao powder. Like I said, the sugar lumps is not a problem. They dissolve. Ooh, we have a cacao cloud. And with the powdered milk, whatever is your choice. I order mine in bulk, so. And then we're just going to whisk this all together. And as you can see, the cacao is kind of lumpy. Not a big problem. Like I said, that dissolves easily in your hot water, or hot milk, whatever you choose. Because this has powdered milk in it, it really, you don't need to put it in milk. You can just put it right in water. Like I said, the lumpy cacao powder, not a big issue. Now, if you really want, you can take this and throw it into a blender to really make it nice and powdery. You can take a spoon and just kind of squish your big ones. Like I said, small ones, they dissolve easily, so the only problem I've had ever is just the powdered milk. And quite honestly, it's kind of gross too when you go to take a sip and you get a big old clump of powdered milk. I add this to my coffee, and the ratio is 2 tablespoons per cup of liquid water. I use an electric teapot. Boil the water, throw a handful of marshmallows on the bottom, and then add my cocoa to the top, and then add my water, and my kids love it. You want to make it nice and frothy, feel free to use a little tiny electric beater. I do that sometimes for the kids, but I don't recommend putting it into a blender when it's hot. You're going to have a mess, I'm just saying. Just saying. Been there, done that, tried it, didn't. Won't be doing that again. It's not a mess I want to deal with. So, I move my whisk to the side. I want to make sure this is really blended. The other thing is if you put it in a container and leave a little shaking room, you can actually shake it up too. Now, if you are going to purchase your cocoa powder from the store, this would be equivalent to buying like the Hershey's dark cocoa. So, just a little FYI, I prefer this route because I think it's healthier, and quite honestly, to me, it tastes better. And you can also, when you are mixing it up in the cup with the hot water, you can add a little bit of vanilla to it. I know some people will do that. I don't. That's one extra step. And I have a lot of kids, so I mean, by all means, if you want to get creative, Make it to your liking. Some people will add cinnamon. I've never tried that because, quite honestly, to me it doesn't sound very appealing. Okay, now I'll take my container. Let's see if we can make a little room here. As you can see, not totally mixed. I'm gonna mix it just a little bit more. This is why I put the powdered milk in first. It's a little bit easier to see. That's another also benefit if for using a clear bowl, like I can take it and look in the bottom and see, but I'm not going to do that because we are recording for you wonderful folks. Okay, now you can also, if you want to make this a little bit sweeter, you know, increase the amount of sugar that you put in. And oof, my cocoa clouds. So I'll have a little bit of dusting to do. All right, well, at least breathing in cocoa's not as bad as some cleaning products, I suppose. I also use this cacao powder for making makeup. Works really well. And hey, who doesn't want to smell like chocolate, right? This makes wonderful brownies. Also, I'll do a video on my homemade brownies at some point coming up. Now, what I have made here won't fill my jar, but that is on purpose because I give it a little bit of shaking room. Like I said, that helped lumpy stuff. After it's all mixed and everything, shaking room's not necessary. Let's see if we can get the rest of that in. If not, I can finish that up later. So, and I love my little funnel here. It's actually a canning funnel. I had to order this online off the great Amazonian because I couldn't find a metal one locally. And I'll just take this, just like that. It's all mixed. And I keep my wonderful 2 tablespoon Norpro scoop. Now, if it's really full, I'll put it in handle first. But this one, because the way it is, I don't have to. And I go through this a lot. And that is it. Super easy. One other thing I did want to mention, that my cacao powder, as you can see, I store it in jars. I open up the bags. Excuse me. All that cacao powder inhaled. So this is how I store it to keep moisture out of it. You know, the bag that it comes in works really, really well, but just something to keep in mind if you really want to help preserve it a little bit better and keep it from getting clumpy. Good container. So, they say, be a producer, not a consumer. You can make things yourself. You don't have to spend a fortune on buying all the pre-made stuff with all that, the extra additives and fillers that are just so bad for you. And, I mean, why pay for that stuff? We only want the ingredients that we need in it, right? So, and there you go. Any questions, comments, suggestions, anything else you'd like to learn? Leave it in the comment section below. Again, Christine here. I'll see you soon, or you'll see me soon.